Yes, give it up. LA School of Comedy, we are live tonight. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. So if you wonder where my life has gone, ladies and gentlemen, I've been at the LA School. Actually, I'm only here because I can't work like I used to because I was in an Uber accident. I thought I'd make that clear for the attorneys who are watching me and insisting that I'm bringing in thousands of dollars a day. I was in an Uber accident at a red light. I got hit by a driverless car, and then the driverless car backed up and hit us again. Now, that's weird. And I was so angry, and I jump out, and the guy is Jewish from Scarsdale, okay? Well, exactly. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got this huge Mogan David around my neck. I'm going to kick his ass. You know what I mean? I was so mad. Oh, you idiot, I said to him. What are you doing? He wasn't even driving. And this is so racist, but I saw a driverless car with an Asian woman on the passenger side. But I said, that's safer. Right? Because what's the difference? Orthodox Jews and Asians. Terrible drivers, Orthodox Jews. I got hit by a rabbi, and he said, I want you to know Hashem is with you, because this could have been worse. And I, you know what I said? I go, Rabbi, with all due respect, you were on the fucking phone. That's what I said to the rabbi. All right, who's telling me he could get me on Chabad. I'm on my way to Comedy Central. I'm like, okay, so crazy, all right? And I said, you're going to tell me Hashem's with me? I was in an elevator accident yesterday. I went from the fourth floor to the first floor with my baby in my arms, but you were on the goddamn phone. That's what I said, because that's how it used to be, man. Remember? I mean, oh, my God. You have to see what it's like shopping for the Jewish holidays. It's like hell. And when you're pregnant, the basket's aimed for your stomach, and I don't know why. And they lie to you. They fucking lie to you. They say things that aren't true. They'll be like, please, I only have this one thing. Can I go in front of you? I'm in a rush. And I'm like, okay. And then they have like a 4'2" nanny behind them with a huge basket, and they get tricked every time. But that's only when I shop, you know, down here in Fairfax, which is always interesting because it's really a great mix. It's Ethiopians, Ethiopian Jews, and let's see who comes through the door. Give them a round of applause. Come on in. Get your hair wet. Push.
Push, bro. Is it okay to come in?
Yes, sir.
Are you watching this live? I hope you are, and I hope that you tell everyone to watch us. How are you? Welcome. I was being so rude and obnoxious.
No, I didn't know if you were talking to me.
Don't worry about it. Just sign in right here. What's your name, brother?
I'm Yama.
Yama?
Yeah.
Okay, Sunda. There you go. Yama, Sunda. I'm going to remember that. You have to write that down because I'm not going to remember it. Oh, my God. Why don't you guys just talk among yourselves? I've never seen anything like this. I feel like I'm a substitute teacher, which I was, by the way. Don't do that shit in the hood. Ever. Okay? No. You should see Lean on Me. That's the movie you should see. No, Lean on Me. That's the school I worked in because I thought I could handle that. I had never been to a public school in my life. Ever. I don't even think I went into one. And I thought I was going to do that. And they had mice, and I didn't know it. And I jumped on the desk. And you know what a punk you look like in that kind of a neighborhood? They're like, oh, look at Missy. She's scared. So then when I'm writing, yes, they had blackboards, and I was able to say black. They threw a friggin' pencil on my leg, and I thought the mouse got me again, and I jumped up on the thing again. And out of nowhere, the entire class just runs out. And I go, where are you going? And they go, Miss Kronfors, there's a fight. I go, you leave the class? Yama, you would leave the class? Sit down, relax.
I'm going to ask this guy a question real quick.
You can ask me.
What's going on?
This is an open mic, man. Have a seat. Yeah, you're here.
I actually just kind of came to observe.
Okay, that's $5 to observe.
$5 to observe.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
There you go. Did you hear that big money I'm making, Jersey? Now you all know I'm a schmuck. That's what you did. That's what it called. That's what you. Do you imagine that someone says to me just the last show? He goes, I can't come in like 3 times a week because that's a lot of money. I was like, go somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell. Do you know a man was outside with a bowl begging for money? He was telling people, you can't get on stage unless you pay her. I should pay them. I don't even know them. All right, why are we having a conversation? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were. I thought. You know what? I can't see. I almost called you Mark. I'm sorry, my husband. I miss him. He's not here, and she hasn't had the pleasure, Devin. has not had the pleasure. So, Yama, this is your first time here, and what we do here, this is part of the LA School of Comedy, the LASC Comedy Showcase, and what we do up here is that we work out on material, and some of us are preparing for a 5-minute spot, an industry set spot, and we're having a show at the Ha Comedy Club on April 2nd. That's home of the Emmy-winning Hacks. Did I mention that again and again and again? Well, I will. That's where they're filming Hacks. They could have went to any other club. And they've got food, and of course the owner is from Patterson, so I love him.
Are you the teacher, or are you?
I'm the teacher and the director and the booker, and I book. Yeah, I am one of the performers, in fact.
And the teacher and the performer, okay.
Yeah, the teacher's a performer, and the teacher has a 1-hour special on Prime Video if you'd like to check it out.
You.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now, what's your name?
My name is Sunda Kroonquist. Now you say that.
Sunda Kroonquist.
There you go. There you go. See? Little white trash in there somewhere. You sound like my cousin Donnie. You sound just like them. I'm kidding. They're not white trash. They're rednecks. And you know they're rednecks when they come in with brand new tattoos and it's a Confederate flag. And you're Jewish! Ah! I worked with a show called The Raging Jews of Comedy. Do you imagine how crazy that is? And I mean, they're like strident goyim walking in, if you know what I'm saying, right? And they're like Kroonquist. Now my cousin says, what's wrong with these people? I said, Kroonquist. They looked at me like I had 2 heads. Because they never saw a white one. That's why. You have to think about it. Like, how many Kroonquists do you know? You don't know that many, but you know what else you don't know? It's funny, Yama, that you came in here because this is a very special place. Besides doing stand-up comedy, we have podcasting. He's the director, meaning Aaron McIntyre is the director of the Film Actors Cafe, and we also have a new writing class called the Write Club with Dustin Chafin. So we have a lot going on here. So in case you wanted to know, you want to do your own special here, you can do that. And we'll talk about those things later. Because a round of applause to all these people, including Billy Ramirez, who helps us with marketing, Johnny B on the board, Aaron McIntyre getting ready to teach him like it's time to call the shots, all right? Shots are short, but this guy's not short on jokes. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Lee Shorts.
Thank you. I'm glad I made it. Thank you for the great introduction. I need much credit as I can get tonight. Needed. This is really a 3-minute submission. It's going to be fast. I'm just trying to get it down. I hate to break the fourth wall here, but I'm just glad I got out of the house, period. Broke again one of my girlfriend's porcelain cats. She's got 50 of them. Doesn't matter which one I break. It's the same reaction. She's really upset at me. So I'm going to lay low here, seek refuge, stay here till it boils down. She boils down, actually. But things are getting a little better, though. She used to throw mugs and forks at me, but we've worked through it now. It's more like spoons, but they're not directly at me, they're at the wall. So we're making progress there. So, but good news, I got a new job. I'm working as a host. Been now doing it a little while. It's kind of crazy, I thought it was really going to be an easy job, meet and greet, kind of that type of thing, but it's crazy. I just waits out the door. I'm trying to keep everything together. Then they make me slow down and speak into this PA system as calmly as possible. And no matter what I do, it's either me, the PA system, I don't know, and it comes out like 100 people come over. They're like, "What was that? Us? Was that us?" I say, "No, I'm just flustered. I don't know what to do." So this lady keeps coming over. She's like, I don't want to come over again. And I said, "Listen, next time, just imagine what your name would sound like, as unintelligible, unrecognizable as possible. When you hear that, come on over." She just looked at me funny, but I got through that night. And then I come back to this overzealous, crazy golden retriever, just loves me. No matter what I've done, I could have pushed down an old lady. Doesn't make a difference. I need an animal with standards. I'm sick of this greeting every night. I want an animal that says, "Get your life together, Lee. Get it together." I'm thinking, different dog breeds, indifferent, reserved, judgmental. Maybe that's what I need. And I'm thinking, nothing coming up with then cat. Maybe cat. A cat. And I get a cat, cozy on next to the cat. The cat's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't look good. You got a guilty look on your face. You probably did something horrible. Don't touch me. Don't even think about touching me. In fact, never pet me again. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Next one, 3 minutes, same type of deal. Just added one thing. Okay. Just going to rearrange it a little bit. Okay. So thank you again to put up with this that I'm doing, subjecting you to. But good news though. I was at lunch today. I was standing in line. Sometimes I just hope someone will come up and recognize me as like, someone significant. Never really happens, honestly. But today it was like, are you a New Yorker? And I said, well, I was born in the Bronx, in the hospital in the Bronx. He's like, whoa, wow, you're tough, huh? And I said, well, the hospital was relatively safe, and but there was one nurse. She was a little sketchy, kind of slightly menacing, had a tattoo. Kind of had some other ideas. I didn't know what she's up to. She looked at me like she wanted something. Maybe kidnap me. Steal me. I don't know. But, as a newborn, I was kind of over anxious and probably overreaction, I think. But I made it through. But I'm trying to relax, though, kind of. Last night we were watching this so-called wildlife show. It's more like a horror show. It's Coyote Peterson. I don't know if you know who he is. He's just not, What he does is simply goes into the forest or wherever he is, grabs some poor bug on its way to I don't know where, grabs it, forces this bug to sting him. Then Riz drops the ground. Riz convulsing in pain, and it's like all the while narrating what's going on. So it's like, worse than the boy at poison's going through pain, lots of pain, getting heart palpitations, might need rescue. Then, I'm sick of that type of thing. What educational value does that have? I want the old David Attenborough, It's like, as we see, the wildebeest is going to the watering hole, and he's warily, nervously looking around, because this waterhole is staked out by lions. So I learned something about, animals and stuff. Coyote Peterson, what did I learn? How much pain he could take, how much pain I have to do to get through this. And, I don't need that. But, somehow I make it through, whether it be birth, getting through birth, or golden retrievers, or I'll make it though eventually. I appreciate you all listening. Thank you.
Who are you? Where are we gonna find you?
You're gonna find me at lee.585.comedy. It's changed. It's not the other one. Comedy. It's a big variation.
You gotta have that down.
Variation.
And the other thing is, listen, when you're doing that thing, when you want to do this thing about the thing,
yeah.
that's when you're gonna have to do this. And I'm down.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
I think it's great, but it didn't pick up on audio.
No, it didn't. Okay. I think if I use the other hand, it's better.
Why don't you listen to me?
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
All right.
That's all I'm asking, baby. You know I love you. You know I love you, Lee. All right. All right. This guy doesn't need any introduction because he's the keeper of the castle here. So for all of you that love acting, or you love comedy and you're a comedian that can't find an acting coach, we've got him here for you. But right now, just enjoy, lay back, relax, and enjoy the comedy of the one and only Aaron McIntyre.
Yes, thank you. No, thank you, really. Thank you. Stop! Stop! Crazy people. I am crazy. Well, some people say I'm crazy. I've always been crazy. I was a very strange child when I was growing up, and now I'm a strange adult. So it all works out, all plays out for the same purpose. I think it was because I fell on my head a lot when I was a child, like a lot. Used to do this thing, I don't know, they're very young people, so you may not remember Mannix, but Mannix was a show where there was this private eye, right? And they had this opening, and it was a bunch of little screens that would come up of him doing all kinds of shit, like pulling out a gun and running after somebody. And then at one point, there's like a railing, and he runs up to the railing, and he puts his hand on. You know how you do that? Have you ever done that? Where you put your hand on the railing, and you go, and you fly over it? Never done that? Shitload of fun, man. So I used to do that in my house, on the couch. There was a couch that was kind of a circular thing, and my mother kept saying, "Don't do that. Stop jumping on the couch." And I, okay, Mom. And then one day she was back in the back. She was vacuuming, so she couldn't hear me. She was back in the back room, so there was no way she would know. And so I did it again, and this time I jumped up. I put my hand up there. I jumped up. My foot caught on the back of the couch, and I went boom! Right on my head, and it knocked me out. It was out cold. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden I hear this, and I open my eyes, and my mother is standing over me, vacuuming around my head. "I told you not to jump over that couch." It's the kind of care we got as children. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is my favorite, you come in, "Mom, I think I broke my arm." She goes, "Can you move it?" Yeah, broken arm. My old favorite saying, spit on it and rub it in the dirt. Every time you come in with a fucking gash, like on the top of your head, like over here, spit on it and rub it in the dirt. I fell out of a second-story window on my head, on a doghouse. Fortunately, it was a flat doghouse. It wasn't one of the Peanuts one, because I think I would have been split in half. But it was my own stupidity. I was standing, squirting my dog in the backyard. I was standing on the radiator, up against the screen of the window, squirting my dog through the screen, and the dog walked toward the house, and I leaned out to squirt the dog, and the thing popped out, and I dove out of the window, and I saw about that much light, and then I completely blacked out. Don't remember a damn thing, except I transported across the field, and I turned around, and I saw myself falling out of the window over and over and over and over and over again. And then I found out later that was just my life. I was just going to make mistake after mistake after mistake. And that's what I did. And look where I am now. And I'm so happy to be here. It's always so much fun. This place is so much fun. I am also an actor, yes. Not only just an acting teacher. They say that people who do teach or can't do teach or something like that. I can do both. I'm a double threat on that end. You may have seen some of my famous appearances on the big screen. There was The Lady Asked Me to Give You This. Thank you. Thank you very much. My other one was Hot Dogs! Hot Dogs! Get your hot dogs here! Yeah, that was good. That was a good one, right? Right? Some of my best work. A lot of backstory on that one, I'm telling you. That guy had a lot of backstory. And then the other one was Jump! Jump! Thank you. Thank you. A lot of passion in that one. A lot of passion in that one. I think my acting thing kind of came because I was a strange child. I used to just, a lot of times I couldn't just be myself. You know, I would be like a bunch of different characters, and it didn't go over well. I was always the weird guy over in the corner going, and I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna break you in half. And so every time we'd move, because I was a military brat, so we'd move every 2 years. And every time I'd move, I'd go, I'm going to be a new person. When I move, I'm going to be new. I'm going to be, like, really cool. I'm going to be black. You know? I'm going to be like a black. Because, I mean, seriously, nobody can wear, like, a gold lame jacket with, best dad pajama pants down here around their ass like a black person. I mean, white people, we can't do it. We can't do it. You look like we look like idiots. We look like mentally. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that R word. Repressed. Yes, mentally repressed. Oh, I love it. That's very good. Thank you. Yes, mentally repressed. Which brings me to the N word. You know, the N word. I think it should be that all white people, if we ever say it, we have to spell it out. I think that might, slow things down and make it a little less, like something we want to do, So, hey, whatever. I won't spell it because I don't know if I'm going to get canceled for that, I mean, spelling is not something that you want to do. So, yeah, I am mentally ill. I'm bipolar. Don't worry, I'm medicated, so, thank you. Thank you very much. Very proud of it as well. But you don't have to worry because I'm not going to jump up and go, we are all one, and our cells are connected, man. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, you're king of the world. Any other bipolar people out here? Raise both hands. No? Any obsessive compulsive people? Just clap 3 times and then raise your hand. Any depressed people? Anybody with depression? Just moan. Nice moan. Yeah, see, we're all depressed. Anybody who hasn't responded? Do you have any kind of mental conditions? Because everybody in this room should be raising your hand because we've all got something, right? I mean, you got a little obsessive. You got to keep the pencil in the right place, or you got to keep the curtains drawn a certain way. Everybody's got Tourette's, I think, at some point, right? Yeah, like when you're on somebody, cuts you off in traffic. It's like, motherfucker! Or if the BMW drivers, get pulled over by the cops, then it's a different kind of Tourette's. It's like, fucker. Really don't like BMW drivers. I don't know if you picked up on that. They just drive around like, they're in a bubble and no one else matters, right? They just do whatever the hell they want. They can cut you off. I pulled up to a stop sign one time. There was a guy sitting there, and he just sat there, and I'm like, okay, you were first, so I'm waiting, and he doesn't do it. So I honked my horn, and he looks over at me, and he's on the phone, and he goes, I'm on the phone. I know, you're also at a fucking stop sign. So, you got to be aware of other people. Mercedes people just drive around like no one is there, right? Nobody's around. They actually have taken the blinkers out of BMWs because nobody's using them. So they just, get rid of them. Not needed. They're redundant. Yeah. So, what else? Oh, God. I could go on about the Bible because I love the Bible. It's a great blog. Because it really was a blog, right? It wasn't a book. It was a blog because it was a bunch of people writing after, and then they go, I don't like that part. Let's throw that out. And I think that they do really selectively think about what they're going to put in and what they're going to take out, right? Because the good thing is I've got 2 daughters, and so I'm thinking about selling them into slavery. But I don't know. They may be. I don't know. One of them is 40 years old, and I just found out about her 3 years ago. So I don't know if I really have possession of her. I mean, I think that my best friend, who actually raised her, could probably sell her, but not me. But I don't know. It could be blood. It could be a blood thing. That if I've got blood, then anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. Thank you so much. Good night. Oh, yeah, my name is Aaron McIntyre. Come to the acting class. It's filmactorscafe.com. Or you can find me personally at aaronmcintyre.com, which is A-E-R-O-N, not A-A-R-O-N. So don't call me A-A-Ron. All right. Good night.
All right. I personally recommend it because I'm one of those people that can't remember. This is terrible. I make an appointment with someone. I'm like, you have to call to remind me. They're like, didn't I pay you? And I'm like, yes, to remind me. All right? Whatever, however, wherever. We've got the one and only Jacob McGregor coming up.
Oh, I'm going to do a longer walk.
Ah! Clap it up, clap it up.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Sunda, I think the guy who said the thing about, it was in a bit. This is an excellent price. Please don't increase the price. So there's that. Oh, the Hashem will take care of this. That was pretty good. That kind of reminds me. Anyone ever been to Hawaii? Yeah. I went once. It kind of feels like the Hashem will take care of this is kind of like the, aloha, give me all your money. Mahalo, maybe another day, but Aaron, everybody's got something. That's A-E-R-O-N, Aaron. Everybody's got something. I was at anyone ever shoot a gun? Anyone ever do that? I went once, didn't cry. And it was one of those like bowling alley type places, you know what I mean? Like not like skeet shooting, like a country club, but like one of those cold, dark, long hallways. And this big guy comes in and he's got the full camo. I'm like, we're indoors off the side of 101. Like, where do you think you're going? And he's got a huge rifle with a big case, like it's a trombone or something. And he gets out and he puts up his target. It's a deer. And he's got buckshot. So the first shot goes through the target and the thing's obliterated. He's shooting at a hole in a piece of paper. And then he unloads the whole clip. And everybody's got something. Aaron. I hear a little bit of a just one exhale. Like that's the only thing calming him down. But there's that. I think we got a little bit of a bravery. We need to raise our standards for bravery. Around here, around this country. That's the one problem. That's it. I think everything else is okay. But yeah, there we go. But we got to raise our standards for bravery. Because, around LA, it's just, oh my God, that is so brave. You told them that the foie gras needs to be ethical. That is so brave. But there you are, back row. Wait, you're hired. What, you come in late. You're observing. Talk to me. What's your deal?
I think you just summed it up.
All right. No, you don't just how did you find out about this? Like, do you have a set? Like, let's unpack this. Give me.
You want to know? I'll answer what you
like, do you have a cover? Like, are you on a mission? Do you live next door?
Well, actually, I perked up when you said that you went to Hawaii, because I'm from Hawaii.
Oh, aloha to you, man. Aloha.
Hawaii.
The Aloha State in the house. Okay. I won't pick on you, but I'm curious.
If you're trying to work on your crowd work.
No, when you put it like that, you kind of kill the vibe, but that's... All right, Aloha's in the house. Aloha State in the house. But I was watching the George Carlin documentary on HBO. Yeah, George Carlin, R.I.P. But you want to talk about bravery. I mean, this guy, everyone's saying, you can't say anything anymore. You can't say anything. You literally could not say anything. He was the first one through the wall. He goes, picture. I'm going to try to be employable here, but, pee-pee, poo-poo, etc. And he got arrested. In chains. And now it's brave to, double check if the foie gras was ethical GMO. But let's see some notes. Talk to me. George Carlin, deepfakes. I listened to a little. Did we hear Donnie J last night? A little bit. Any of that? No, a little bit of Donnie J. Okay. I was driving literally the 5 minutes of the not State of the Union. They made a big point of that. This is not the State of the Union. Like, we care. But I caught the 5 minutes where he goes, he's talking about the deepfake bill. You know, they're trying to stop people from making these AI generated, you know, very exposing images of people. And he goes, we got the best deepfake bill in the history of deepfake bills. You know, there's too much deepfake out there. You know, fake deeps. It's the fake deeps, the fake news with the fake deeps. And the best part about it was that he goes, and I'm particularly happy about this bill because there's so much of me out there, and I'm gonna be the first one to take it all down. I wrote itself, verbatim quote. And I just thought, you know, he's in the Oval Office after, you know, he doesn't sleep. That's the thing about Donnie J. He doesn't sleep. He just Diet Coke, no exercise, occasional golf. And he seems to be doing all right, so maybe there's something to it. But he goes, like, is he in the Oval? Like, wow, this deep fake is so fake. It's so fake, inaccurate. I'm way bigger. Wait, Melania, come over here, Melania. No, come on. Tell him how much bigger I am. I'm way bigger than this. That's Melania, that one time, you know how cold the waters at Mar-a-Lago get. So cold. Massive shrinkage. The biggest shrinkage in the history of shrinkage. Not an accurate deep fake. But the other thing he said, everyone's talking about tariffs. Oh my God, the tariffs in the economy. I can't afford eggs anymore. You don't know what the eggs are. You don't know how the eggs are priced. I mean, for all you know nothing. We know nothing. I mean, maybe there's like some collusion between the news media and the grocery stores. They scare up egg prices. They have too much stock, and then they go back and they say, oh, the chickens, there's a chicken disease. We got to sell all our eggs. You know, you don't know what causes eggs to. Do you know what causes eggs to be expensive? The collusion, the conspiracy. Yeah, exactly. There, you're on board. But you're hired. But I studied economics, and I kind of know what tariffs are. I could explain it to you, could have at one point. Basically, to me, you know, war is to tariffs what guns are to me. You know, it's just like a little annoying thing. You know, you don't really know what's happening. You can't really tell what's going on. But he starts talking about tariffs, and that's not really the part of economics I'm interested in. The part that I'm interested in is like experimental economics, you know, the kind of zanier stuff. I'm interested in how people and animals decide, right? People and animals. I'm going to use an animal example, but say there are two frogs. This is an experiment that I'd want to conduct. You have two frogs in a cage, and you feed them a love potion. Okay, two frogs, one cage, one love potion, and they start to get to feeling it a little bit, and the male frog slowly climbs onto the female frog, and they're having relations, frog on frog relations. And I wonder what would happen. You know, they did this. I'd want to replicate it. A took some scissors, and slowly the frogs are frogging, and he cuts off frogging. Word of the day. But he cuts off the male frog's legs as he's in the act. And you might think, wow, that's an interesting decision to keep on going. And you might be wondering, what does this have to do with economics? And to that, I would say nothing at all. But isn't that just inspirational, man? He just keeps going. Give it up for frogs, finding a way. Inspirational stuff. But let's see. I don't know. We're all so high achiever with this bravery. We've kind of taken bravery out of the equation. I was, thank you, raised to be kind of a high achiever. I remember the first time I got a grade, they tried to, let's do a trial run. It was fourth grade. They said we're going to ease them into grades, and it was in art class, and very intense, the first grade ever, and I got a B. Oh! A B in art class in fourth grade. I mean, nothing's ever gone wrong from not getting into art school, as we all know. But man, I just wanted to defend myself. You know, talk to the teacher. I was so upset. I was crying. You know, I did not deserve a B. And the teacher says, you know, you had such a great color. You know, it was all green and very nice and green, and you got the paint right. I couldn't tell what it was. And I'm saying, how could you not tell? Well, there's one frog with 2 legs and another frog with no legs. I want an A. Let's see, what else do I have time for? Yeah, I'm trying to be less afraid of the nameless, faceless employer that everyone's afraid of, right? You know, I don't want to do comedy because there might be an employer down the road who, oh God, give me a break. What are they gonna do? I mean, it says here on March 5th, you made a joke about frogs, frog on frog relations. Do you think that is ever appropriate to raise in the workplace? And I mean, I don't know, you just did. But nameless, faceless employer, March 5th. That's something about Louis C.K. Oh, yeah, Louis C.K. goes in there. I mean, how could you believe what someone says on stage is real? Like, Louis C.K. had the bit about, if you have a peanut allergy, you deserve to die. Right? And can you really imagine him not getting hired and that's the reason? I mean, right? Everybody knows he's bald. Tough look for him. He's not bald in a flattering way. That's the only other reason I could imagine him not getting a job. But okay, next time I'll do Tiger Parents. Oh yeah, last thing, one more thing, while I have you. Yeah. I feel after the not State of the Union, there's. Do you ever know someone who's so Republican that they can't pronounce the word immigrants? Like you're trying to coach them through, and they're like, "What is that? That's immigrant, illegal alien." But okay, I didn't really have a whole beginning, middle, and end, but it's been a pleasure. I'm Jacob McGregor at JMacHaha on Instagram. You've been a pretty moderately filled crowd, and have a great night.
That is so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful, huge,
Right.
yeah.
Beautiful, like a child. Oh my gosh. I didn't want to talk about that. I can't even talk about it because I can't talk about politics, but that's good. That's okay. Just do what he says. I'm in here with the comedy of the one and only Billy Ramirez coming to the stage.
Billy.
Thank you. The one thing about having Sunda take so many pictures of you is you end up kind of self-conscious. So I had to put on my strategic jacket, which hides my snack weight. Thank you very much. Froggy style. Beautiful. So my name is Billy Ramirez, and I'm a firm believer that there is such a thing as a stupid question, okay? So latest example of this, I went to lunch recently with a new friend, and within seconds, this new friend looked me dead in the face and asked me, "Did you know your jaw clicks when you eat?" And then I looked him dead in the face and I said, "Did you know that my jaw is next to my ears?" I'm willing to bet all the money in my pocket that it's louder for me than it is for you. So yes, I'm very, very, very well aware that my jaw clicks when I eat. But this little interaction reminded me of last year. I flew to Nashville for work, and somewhere between LAX and the Nashville airport, I lost my license. Now, every time I told someone in Nashville that I lost my license, most of them had the same stupid question. "Well, do you have your passport?" Like, "Oh, my passport, yeah, it's with my birth certificate too, and the Magna Carta." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, like, we're in Nashville. What kind of accent do you think I have that I flew to Nashville using a passport?" All right. If I had a passport, I'd be at the bar drinking, but at the empty bar at the Chili's is next to the hotel where they carded me, and then and I was like, "Well, why? Who fakes being 21 just to order one Pacifico? Or like, just give me my stupid Pacifico. You'd have a client or a customer." But anyways, with the whole, it's like, "Well, you don't have your license? Oh, do you have your passport? Oh, do you mean a solution to my problems?" Like, that was the really annoying part. It's like, it's like if I told someone, like, "Oh, well, my car broke down." It's like, "Oh, your car broke down? Well, do you have your limo and driver?" It's like, at minimum, it's such a stupid question. At minimum, it's like, I forgot my keys. "Oh, well, do you have your keys?" Get out of my face, Let's see. So I'm kind of in a cranky mood. I want to talk about Turkish ice cream vendors. Has anyone ever seen videos of these Turkish ice cream vendors? You know what I'm talking about, all right? So they're kind of dressed like Aladdin, and then they serve ice cream off a long stick, and then they give the customer a cone. So they place the ice cream off the long stick on the cone, and then they pull back the stick, and the ice cream is stuck on the stick, and also it took the cone, but the customer had 2 cones. It's a whole thing, okay? It's a whole production, and it takes 30 minutes to get your ice cream, right? But on one point, I appreciate the fact that there's an act, there's a routine, there's maybe auditions, I don't know, Turkey's top ice cream model, I don't know, right? But on the other hand, just give them the goddamn ice cream. Like, what is your problem? Yeah, it's so annoying. I wish I knew one of them personally so I could roast them. So I could roast them behind his back, you know. Not like a close friend, but an acquaintance. And then another acquaintance, you know, rolls up. It's like, oh, hey, have you heard from Amir? Like, oh, have I heard from Amir? Check this out. You know he's selling ice cream by the side of the road, okay? But check this out. Instead of just handing it directly to people, first he plays with it like an asshole, okay? Yeah. So, you know, like his competitors sell hundreds and thousands of cones a day, and he's lucky to sell 5 in the hot sun because he's got to do his dumbass ice cream Penn and Teller routine every time, the idiot. Oh, and he also got a cat. I'll tell him you said hi. All right, let's see. Can't read my own writing. So today I was working on my website, billyramirez.com. It should be up on Friday. I'm redoing the whole thing, but on one screen was my website, working on that, and on the other screen just random YouTube videos, just not really paying attention. But at one point, one of these videos was professional Italian chefs rate frozen pizzas. And I hate to ruin the video for you, but Totino's did not win, okay? But I just let this video run. But at one point, I looked over, and one of the chefs was talking about Tombstone Pizza and holding a Tombstone Pizza. And I've had Tombstone Pizza before. It's fine for what it is, but I never really hit me that this frozen pizza is called Tombstone. Like how, I had to look it up, right? It was named after a restaurant back in the day, but still, at some point, someone had to introduce the name Tombstone for a food product. Like, how did that get out? Just imagine the first meeting, like, all right, gentlemen, because it's like in the 60s, there were no ladies in the room, right? Or whatever, in the 50s. Gentlemen, it's all smoky, and we're about to introduce this frozen pizza, new delicious food product. Does anyone have any suggestions for the name? Yes, you. Did you say Tombstone? We're trying to sell food here. What is wrong? Pack up and get you out of here, all right? But no, that didn't happen. Instead, it was something different. Probably like, oh, okay, gentlemen, we're about to launch Tombstone Pizza. Does anyone have a suggestion? And like, oh, yes, you. Tombstone. Okay. Yeah, you know, that'll work. I'll tell you why. Because that's going to go well with the rest of our line of frozen foods, such as our, let's see, we got our line of frozen funeral home frozen waffles and our cancer diagnosis corn dogs. So it'll be perfect. Yeah, nice job. Let's see. Weather's been weird, right? Yeah, let's talk about weather. I don't know. But it was a little cold, and I like to say that it gets cold, but California cold. I'm a California native, so I'm already, a wuss when it comes to weather. If it's not between like 65 and 85, forget it. What's the point? Like if it's not sunny outside, like I'll try again tomorrow. Forget it. But it was a little cold recently, and I like to say that it's cold in California to my friends in Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota, and I have friends from Iceland and British Columbia. I love to annoy them when I tell them that, oh, I'm in California and I'm cold. And like today I posted a photo of just the storm, and I said, oh, I'm freezing, it's 57. I sent them a text message, and then within seconds my cell phone started blowing up like a slot machine. It's like, oh, Mr. California's cold. Ooh, what is it, 84 degrees? Like, oh, why don't you put on another tank top and whatnot. All right, like, relax, all of you. I know you're cranky because it's cold where you live, so you go ahead, put on another Saskatoon sealskin pelt or go live in a tauntaun, whatever it is you people do to stay warm. But as far as I'm concerned, as a Latino, if I ever have to consider maybe pulling out my Mexican tiger blanket, it's freaking cold, all right? If you don't know what a Mexican tiger blanket is, I'll tell you. It's a thick blanket with tigers printed on it. I've seen versions with wolves. I do believe those are special edition for like a wedding or a graduation or something. But it's a thick blanket with tigers printed on it that Latinos use to commemorate the occasion of it's cold. All right. So yeah. So I mean, it got to the point where it's almost Mexican tiger blanket weather. But one of these friends. She's in Michigan. Oh my God, she loves to brag about her Michigan winters. And at one point, she sent me a photo of these giant piles of snow outside of her house, and she captioned it, "Michigan is not for wusses." And my response was, well, you know, what else is not for wusses? Training to become a Navy SEAL. But at the end of that, you get to be a frickin' Navy SEAL. Like you, my Michigan friend, you're just cold in Kalamazoo. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. How much time do I have left? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Perfect. Yeah, I was practicing. Have you heard me do the Greg Gumbel joke? I was like, I don't know. It's not. Do you ever just like suddenly hate one of your jokes? Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's why I only have 8 minutes right now. I was like, I'm putting together. That joke sucks. That's stupid. I hate that one. So I came up with 4. But I guess that's the process of being a comedian. Sometimes you like your work, and sometimes you hate it. I'm hating it right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I only have 4 jokes. Sorry.
Only, you're great.
Yeah, that's all right. Any requests?
Do the gumbo.
The gumbo? All right, I'll do the gumbo. So, yeah, I guess so. Let's see, all right, maybe I'll find out what the issue is with the gumbo. So, legendary sports broadcaster Greg Gumbel died recently at the age of 78. In the morning, he died. I saw a headline from the New York Post that started with, "Details are limited." But 78-year-old Greg Gumbel was dead. But details are limited. 78-year-old man dead. And immediately I thought, like, well, you know, never been a doctor. I don't have an MD, but I'm willing to guess that I know all the details about how a 78-year-old man died. So whoever the details person is, that day you could take the day off. And if you do want to work, why don't you instead come up with a list of details of how he didn't die, how 78-year-old Greg Gumbel didn't die. Like, I don't know, getting kicked in the head during a kickboxing match, you know, flipping his vet, fentanyl overdose, you know, stomped at a mosh pit. Like, no, it doesn't take a details person to figure out how a 78-year-old person died, because I think all of us can agree that when a 78-year-old person dies, chances are you can put their cause of death as 78. That's pretty much it, right? Anyways, yeah. So it's the 78's not hitting as hard as I wanted to.
You know why?
Why?
Because the industry is that old.
There's no 78-year-olds in here, though.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Never alienate the audience. I knew somebody who loves.
Oh, I was going to do a whole thing about Norwegians. No, I'm just kidding.
Beautiful, Billy. We love you.
Thank you. My name's Billy Ramirez. My new website will be up on Friday, which is my birthday. And my last. Are you coming up?
I'm bringing her up.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, it's Colin Astley. Wow. Yeah.
ETA. What's this ETA?
What's your ETA?
I was in between. You told me not to come in unless you were on stage.
We got you.
Oh, you were waiting outside?
Yes.
Dude, no, I was hoping you'd walk in. I had a thing. It's like, if you walk in, I was like, you know, every time you walk in that way, like the saxophone line from Carol's Whisper should play. You know, just.
Anyway. We gotta go.
You're right.
All right, we're set. Billy Ramirez. All right, have a seat, gentlemen, so you can dry off a little bit. All right? Because I've got someone I want you guys to really pay attention to. She's going to introduce herself tonight and tell us a little bit about herself. Let's give it up for Devin Overman. Come on, Devin.
Hi, guys. My name's Devin. This is all tangled up. This is my first time on a comedy stage, and I prepared nothing because, honestly, I didn't think I was getting up here. So this is I don't really know what to say here, but bear with me. Maybe we'll throw something together. But it's raining out today, and, you know, there's something about the rain that I really like. When it's sunny, and you're depressed, you feel bad about being depressed. It's like, I hate myself, but the sun's shining. When it's raining, it's like, I hate everything, but I'm allowed. It's like a permission. It's permission. It's granting me permission to just, feel bad. So I rot in bed every day, but today I'm like, it's allowed. Like, I'm allowed to just be in bed and just think about every sad thing that ever happened to me. So that's what I was doing this morning. And I was thinking about my dad. My dad died when I was 10. Very, very sad. I know. But in his dying days, he had cancer. He didn't do the normal dying man stuff of let me write a letter to my little daughter that she can open on her wedding day. He's like, nah, fuck that, no. He wasn't like, let me talk to my wife and figure out their finances. How are we gonna get our little girl through school? No. There's a knock at the door one day. My dad is like very cancerous, as you will. He's like shriveled up. He's like walking to the door, chemo, everything. Not trying to make fun of like chemo people, but you know the look. Like he gets to the door. There's a fucking 75-gallon fish tank. You're dying. And you order a 75-gallon fish tank? No, this is my trauma. Don't laugh. This is a big deal to me, okay? And there's a bunch of exotic fish guys bringing it in. They're like, look, we got the starfish coming. The angelfish are coming. The guppies, we got them. The neons, come on, we got you. My dad's like, like, very nice, very nice. Walter White? No. Like, that guy was like, I'm gonna start a meth lab and provide for my family. My dad's like, I'm gonna start a fucking aquarium in the house. I'm gonna die and leave my daughter and my wife with a fucking aquarium? Really? Really, Jim? Like, I love you. But he did die, and he did leave us with all these stupid fish. All these stupid fish. Oh, my God. And then they were getting each other pregnant and, like, the exotic... Whatever. Whatever, Dad. I love you. It's fine. Totally fine. So, coping with grief, it never leaves you. I'm 23. Lost my dad when I'm 10. Some days it hits. It was raining today. It hit. I was like, I'm sad. I miss my dad. And... dealing with grief, like in adulthood, is kind of weird. You start looking for answers in weird places. So when I moved to LA, I didn't have your stereotypical LA roommates. I had a Christian girl, but I mean cold Christian. Like, she turned the closet into a prayer closet. Every day she'd be in there and we'd just hear like, God, dear God. And honestly, like, you have a right to your faith. That's great. You have so much of a right to your faith. I was like, that's really cool. She's so happy. Maybe if I connect to God, I'll figure out like why I miss my dad and how to help myself and whatever. We're talking in the kitchen one day. She's like, Devin, come to church with me. And I'm down. Like, it must have been raining for like weeks or something because I'm really sad. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I will go to church with you. Which takes me to this culty little church in Santa Monica, and it's one of those like new age where everyone's like kind of in sweatpants but in a cool way, like God is cool. And I'm like, wait, I could get behind this, like, okay, like God is cool. So they are like 20 years old with wedding rings on their fingers. I'm like, that's a little freaky, but you know what, I'm here, it's fine. So I do the whole thing. At the end, like, you go up to the stage and there's a choir performing, and my roommate and all of her church friends, they put their hands on my shoulders and they're like, hey, Devin, God is your father now. But what in the psychosis was I going through? Because I'm like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. No. I get home later that day. I look at myself in the mirror, and I was like, no, you didn't come to LA to join a cult. I fear that my fish-loving father, God bless his soul, rest in peace, I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily what he... Long story short, guys. I miss my dad. I like when it rains, and I am not in a cult. Thank you. This is my first time. No preparation. Maybe next time will be a little better.
And my name
My name is Devin. I'm going to go by Devin James because I'm nervous some of my family might sue me. And you can find me on Instagram, Dev_James. More social medias to come. Thank you very much.
Take a picture. Somebody, while you're up there.
Take a picture.
I'm
You know how
scared.
to do that.
Here, grab the mic. It'll look,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he likes.
mid joke, you know.
Mid joke.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Was it that bad?
No. I just wish I was prepared.
Oh, stop it! She's great. Come on. We need hormones in here. All right. Get up here. This is the guy we wait for. This is the guy we wait for. You will see him on April 2nd as well at the Ha Ha Comedy Club. Please welcome the one and only Colin.
Give it up for Sunda, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm a little bit mentally repressed. I apologize. I listen. I've been with you in spirit, guys. I've been here the whole time. I've been here. Billy, I heard your set. I was listening to what you said about Turkish ice cream people. I'll have you know I'm half Turkish.
Yes.
I'm half Turkish.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Wait, could you say that into the microphone? Sorry. He got it. Couldn't help myself. It's in the blood. It's always been there. Dad already? Oh. It was a bit of a dad joke, I guess. It was a pretty good one.
Look what you did now.
What did I do?
Do you hear yourself?
Oh, shoot.
You unplugged yourself.
Oh, God. Dang it. I'm embarrassing myself in front of everybody. Let's keep it going. So, I got out of, I just got into graduate school. I've told you guys about this. I just got into graduate school. For clinical psychology. I was trying to figure out how to get in the school, and I found out they had some research events. So I went to the research event. I had no idea what the research was, and it was the Black Student Research Symposium. I was the only white guy there. Yeah, and I won the raffle. You know how much of an asshole I felt like? I was sitting in the back, too. I had to walk up past everybody. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Get out of my way, come here. You know, and pick up this book. I'm like, I probably need this Ta-Nehisi Coates book the most out of everybody, you know? But yeah, it was kind of an awkward situation. But, you know, I learned a lot. I recently got out of a situationship. If you guys don't know what a situationship is, it's where two people mutually agree that one person will get their heart broken. They come together in a perfect union to destroy one person's heart. It's like an internship where you know you're not going to get the job at the end. That's really, at the end of the day, that's really what that is. You do all this work. Like, am I doing a good job? And like, yeah, you're doing great. 6 months later, hey, can I get a promotion? Oh, fuck no, that was free labor. You're not getting anything. Fuck. She ended it through text, which is not a great feeling. But we live at the same apartment complex. She lives at the building next to mine. I'm like, I can see you from your balcony ending this. I see you right there. Just open the window. That's a little rude. It's a little rude. Yeah, it's weird. Like sometimes, you know, people, you know, they show their heart. So you think maybe you can show your heart to them. And then you do it. You ever do this? You show your heart to someone and they act like you just whipped your dick out. You're like, here's my heart. Whoa, put that shit away. Oh my God. What made you think that was okay? She said this to me because I was getting mixed signals. I couldn't tell. She said she wanted something casual, but she was saying these things like, "Oh, I like you. I love the way you hold me. We're cuddling." All these things. I was like confused. I was like, "Was there something here?" And she goes, "Oh, whoa, we're not each other's person." A no would have sufficed. You know. Yeah, a lot of guys say, "Oh, the worst thing she can say is no." No, it's we're not each other's person. You brought a nuke to a pellet gun fight. Why did you? Why did you do that? I realize I do this because, like, I've had girlfriends say to me that they didn't like it if they had sex too early with a guy. They didn't like sometimes if they gave it up too quickly. I do that with, like, my boyfriend energy. Like, I've got great fucking boyfriend energy. I'm respectful. I'm a good listener. I'm a great hang. I'm a great cuddler. I'm like, I gave all that shit for free. For free? God damn it. They always say this when you go through like a breakup, like this is the time to work on yourself, right? You know, go work on yourself, improve. You're telling me I got to go through the worst pain of my life and improve? Fuck that. I would like to get worse. Can I just be depressed in my bed and it was raining, goddammit. I was like, this is a perfect chance. And there were warning signs at the beginning. Like when she first initiated this. She texted me one day, we were in the same friend group. She was like, hey, listen, like, I really like your company. I really like spending time with you. I'm not looking for a relationship, but like, I'd like to hang out and maybe go on dates. I forget, there's an ellipses after I'm not looking for a relationship. There's a secret ellipses that goes ... with you. I'm not looking for a relationship with you. Oh, it's okay. I'm almost halfway through it. I realized something, like, because she originally said she just wanted something casual, and I realized I can't do casual because I will casually fall in love.
Okay.
It's super casual. It's just on the table. You don't even need to mention it. It's just there. It's super casual. Cool. Also, there were other signs. Like she was like, I don't know. Like she had an autoimmune issue, and so it like messed with her sex drive, and like she didn't like want sex that often, which is fine. Like a lot of guys are like, what? No sex? I'm like, listen, I've just been giving myself hand jobs for the last 15. Listen, if the best I can get is just another hand job from someone else, that's an upgrade, okay? I'm not like, well, you're not getting sex. I'm like, you're not getting sex ever. So everything's an upgrade. But it wouldn't work. She's also really religious, which, I mean, I don't know if she was really, I just know she went to church. But to me, that's religious. That's so religious. Super, like, for me, that's super religious. You go to church weekly? Okay, you're very religious. You are a devout ride or die. That's all it takes for me is to just be consistent, I guess. But I was trying to get over it, so I did hook up with someone, and this is a while back, and we met on like a hookup app, and she was like dirty talking with me, and like it caught me off guard. Some of the dirty talk was a little much. She said this to me. She said, "I want you to rearrange my guts." I like to leave things how I found them. Not really the moving type. I don't want to mess with the feng shui. You know what I mean? I'm more of an interior decorator. Does that make sense? You're gonna need 2 people to move that couch. Does this come with beer and pizza after? I'm just trying to figure out. I can't do that. Last time I did that, I threw my back out. I'm not doing that again. But I did it. I listened to her, and I did it. You know, she ended up at Torrance Memorial Hospital. So too much. It really wasn't the best. It's a medically invasive procedure. So I talked about getting into graduate school. One of the things, my work helped me get into graduate school. I do behavior work with teenagers right now. I help them with if they have drug addiction or they're struggling in school or they're fighting, whatever. I help them. It's in the home. We come to the home and we help them. And my job really is about connection. I make connections with these kids so that they trust me enough so we can build a relationship and work on their issues. So I met this new kid, 13 years old. And I was just like, what do you like? What shows do you like? What do you like to watch? Right? And he's like, oh, I love Family Guy. Right? He's like, my favorite show. And I'm like, I can do the voices of some of the characters on the show. Like, you guys know, like, Herbert the Pervert? Like, I can do a pretty good, Chris. Get your fat ass over here, Chris. Chris. Open my comedy. Okay. So I can do a decent voice, and then like, and it connected. He opened up, and we were like chatting, and we were able to like build a connection through that. And I told my friend, she's like, Colin, you did the voice of a pedophile to connect with a 13-year-old boy? Well, yeah, to relate, you know, and build a connection. She's like, you can't do that. I'm like, no, it's cool. We were alone. No one else heard it. It's cool. No one else, just his mom walking past the door, just like giggity. Like, that's not, you know. I drove home and listened to music. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay. That's too much. Yeah, I know. I mean well. Oh, this is just a dumb idea. Like, okay, you know, like if someone, okay, actually, I only have 2 minutes. I've also been through a lot of tragedy. I've had some people pass away. I've had a lot of close people. My brother, 2 of my best friends pass away, and I was trying to deal with all of that. And last year I got a grief counselor, and she died last year from cancer. Who do I call? Who do I call? I need like a dead ghost therapist. It's like I need to communicate through Ouija board just so that I don't have to get. Oh shit. Okay, I was just getting that one out. This is a really dumb idea. Okay, you know, like in a car crash, like someone dies and they like hit the pole of like like they'll put like candles and like pictures of that person right where they died at where they hit the pole. Do you think they do that at strip clubs if a stripper dies on the pole? I'm just thinking it through. Here lies cinnamon, you know, cinnamon scented candle. I'm just think about it. I'm just saying, maybe it's not a bad idea. Okay, last thing. I have a lot of like, all my girlfriends always say, like, I'll say I'm doing something new and they'll be like, I love that for you. Ladies, like, why? It sounds so condescending. What do you mean for me? What do you mean you love that for me? What does that mean exactly? Why don't you just love it, you know? No? Okay. Pisses me off. Okay, I'm gonna end on it like a really cheesy. I've been getting into making flatbreads recently, but I like different types of flatbreads. I'm not great at it. I can make a few types. I'm sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I said, everybody. Let's bring up the wonderful story of you. You can find me at Comedian Colin Asley. I got a show tomorrow at Hennessy's in Hermosa Beach. I got a show at Haha on April 2nd. And you guys have been great. Let's bring up our wonderful host.
You got your hair dry now? You're happy?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You had fun?
I did.
This is a great crowd. Dave Harding used to work with your uncle. He's on. You see, when you guys make those terrible remarks like, hey, there's 2 people watching, there's what? You never know who's watching at LA School of Comedy. And it's so good to see everyone. I don't want you to see me, Dave. I'm not that. But no, I'm 100 pounds lighter, seriously. I will tell you, I am so flat-chested that when I sit sideways, they mark me absent. But I thought I'd throw that in there. You know, it's raining cats and dogs. Don't step in a poodle, but All right, so you can tell I work with kids. And I want to just make that very clear, by the way, that we do have an acting class. And if you have a kid that's talented, Aaron's been teaching kids for years, and I'm going to be interviewing one of his students. And again, it's called the Film Actors Cafe. And this is formerly the Film Actor Shop here, so it's so crazy that he's come back around and it's still some kind of shop. And we have a writing thing going on with Dustin Chafin, a lot of good things, but I'm really interested in getting this acting class going, because if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you're not going to know until you take it from the page to the stage, and you got to know how to read those scripts without being funnier than the writer, because you probably are. Okay, I'm kidding. Just kidding. All right, you guys know where to find me at Sunday Live, and thank you so much. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Johnny B. And thank you, our marketing person and heckler tonight for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Billy Ramirez, of all people. Of all people. I know, right? Because it's his birthday. I can't win. You would think it was the debate last night. It wasn't even a debate. It was what was it again?
No, the address.
The address.
Not the State of the Union.
Not the State of the Union. That's going to be that'll be like a mini series. The saga continues. I love you all, and to all, good night.